mind, it was the perfect thing what happened for me, myself and for my family. From this day I opened the eyes. A lot of people saw me in a different way. If you see what's going on today, with the fans, between each other, is much more love than before.
Granit, thank you. It's a pleasure to have you with us. We're going to start at the very beginning. Your earliest memories of football, what are they?
I started when I was 4 to touch first time on the pitch a ball. Great memories, because it was the first training session with my brother. So with that, he bring us to the pitch, and the first session is always something you never forget.
Your parents obviously played a huge role, but life wasn't easy for them, was it, from a very young age? Can you tell me a little bit about their struggles?
Absolutely right. My parents, they came from Kosovo before the war to Switzerland without nothing, without minus of the money, for example. They was sleeping in one house in a friend's house, but they was not sitting together. My mom, she was sitting in the back in the bus, and my dad in the front. Because of the politics stuff, they have always a chance to catch him again. So they didn't want to risk to take them both. And the stop was in Switzerland. My grandmother gave my mom a letter. So there was an address to call someone, a friend of her. And she did that, and from the day one, they liked Switzerland, they liked the things around them, and they stayed there.
And that's where you were born, and your brother as well. So born in Switzerland with Albanian heritage. What was the sense of a dual identity like for you, a dual nationality?
If I'm honest, it was not always easy, because I born in Switzerland, grew up in Switzerland, but I never forget where my parents come from. We are from Kosovo. Very proud to be from Kosovo, very proud to be from Switzerland, because Switzerland was the country that opened us everything. For my parents first, and after for myself and my brother. The school, the respect, the discipline they gave us is everything from this country. Little bit disappointed because a lot of people see us in the different eyes. One day you're Albanian, one day you are from Switzerland, and this is a little bit sad and disappointed, but this is part of life.
Is it something you'll talk to your own children about?
I mean, my own children, they have different backgrounds, no? Both of them born here in London. I met my wife in Germany. We are from Switzerland. We are both from Kosovo, so 4 different countries. But of course, the first language what we speak is Albanian at home, and second is now English. But we want them to teach as well German, so they grow up with 3 languages. But this is the mentality what we have in our family. We don't want to forget our blood, where we are from, and this is very important.
I know you're very close to your brother, just 18 months apart. Your mum used to dress you the same. People would think you were twins. How close were you when you were growing up?
Very, very close, because we are only 2 of us, and he's 18 months older than me, but between us, I don't think so one paper can be between us, because we are very, very close. Even when we are now both with kids, both married, both our own families. I speak with him maybe 5, 6, 7 times on FaceTime a day, because this is how we are between each other. Not only about our professional like footballer, but as well in other stuff of life. And yeah, it's very important talent for me.
You played at Basel together. How much did you push each other? Were you competitive with each other? Did you motivate each other?
Of course, for him was a little bit disappointed time, because he was not playing a lot. The thing is that we are playing in a position, in the same position, and he was not playing a lot, so he was not so happy. But like a younger brother, it's always more difficult to push the older brother and to help him. But he's a guy, he listens a lot, and something what we dream to be back one day, hopefully. But we are still a little bit too far to do that.
Was football a huge part of your identity when you were growing up?
For sure, but if I'm honest, both of us, we started football only not to go in the wrong way. This was the first objective for my parents. So to have the discipline, to have the respect between each other, and to enjoy and to have fun. I think not the parents of us, but as well not ourselves, we went with this mentality to say, okay, one day we are sitting here and we are speaking about professional football. This was not the key. The key was only to have fun and not to go in the wrong way.
Just to go back to those Basel days, at 15 you suffered an awful ACL injury. Do you remember that time? What was it like for you?
I remember very good because it was a friendly game and I got injured in the first half. I felt very good, but after shower my knee was swelling a lot. It was a time where the winter came as well, the time where I believe between 15 and 18 you can see a little bit the way if you go like a professional or you stay in amateur football. But in the other way was the best thing what can happen for myself, because I started to grow up in a different way, much more focused, much more discipline, and I take it very, very positive, this part of my life.
Despite that injury as well, you made it to the Under-17 World Cup. You won it with Switzerland. What was that like, thinking you may not have even been playing there? You scored in the group stage game as well against Japan. What was that experience like for you?
You need luck in life. This is what I think. I never been a player in the national team from Switzerland in the under or something. This period was like one player was injured in my generation, and they took me. But I had a feeling they took me only for the training 11 against 11 to play. But I knew this is the biggest chance what I have. And I showed myself in the pre-season. I had a very good pre-season, I had a very good tournament. And after this, everything went up, straight to the first team. With Thorsten Fink was my first coach from Basel. He gave me the chance to train with the first team. He gave me the chance to be part of the first team. And the Under-17 World Cup opened me very, very much the doors.
You moved on to Borussia Mönchengladbach. What was that like, leaving your brother behind, going to a new city? Was it a difficult time for you or an exciting time for you?
It was maybe one of the most difficult times for our family. I am the youngest in our family, and we had a very, very good conversation what I want to do or what we do. To leave my parents, my brother behind, to move to Germany was a big step for me. I was nearly 19 when I did the step, and I didn't want to do it first because I didn't want them to let them in Switzerland and me to move to Germany. So I decided to take one of my parents. They was split in a short time for 2 years because I had always one with me.
Who came with you?
My dad came first with me.
How did you decide that? Who came with you?
Because I was not ready to live alone. I needed one of them to be with me. It was a good decision because I had not a good time in the beginning in Germany. So what we did is the first 2 years, or nearly 3 years, my dad was with me. And after that we changed because I said to my dad and to my mom, listen, I can't see you both, one in Germany, one in Switzerland. Let's keep you guys in Switzerland and let me do it first alone in Germany. And then I met my wife. It was much easier for my parents, but as well for me. And everything in the end went good, and I was very happy. I had amazing time in Germany.
How much did it help having your dad with you, the time when you were on the bench a lot, when maybe you might have considered walking away? Did your dad play a big role in keeping you there?
Absolutely. I mean, my mom, she's a little bit more soft, like every mom, I think. My dad is more stronger, what's part of our job. I played the first game, the 5 game. I didn't play well. I was too exciting to do this journey, and he dropped me. He dropped me on the bench. He dropped me on not in the squad. And in January, I wanted to leave after 6 months. And I can remember like was today. My dad told me, if you run away, you will always run away. So keep focus, keep working, and you get the chance. So what I did, I stayed there. I trained hard in the pre-season because we have the break in winter in Germany. And after that, everything went how I wanted. So after that, after 1 year, I went the captain for this football club, Mönchengladbach. And something you make me very proud, because you see the beginning, you see the end, and you see today how good I am with them. Makes you very proud because everything went how I wanted, and was a good step.
Your dad gave you that advice to stay, but I guess you had to find something from within as well, that inner strength. Did you learn a lot about yourself at the time?
I didn't have another solution because I speak with my dad very open, and I listen to him a lot. He was right what he was saying, because I was thinking in this moment when I moved to Germany, I'm the best. I wanted to do everything. I spoke a lot, I didn't work enough. And my dad saw that. I didn't see that in this moment because the adrenaline was a lot there. But thanks God you have someone behind you who helps you, who bring you back in the reality, and he did.
So you were given the captaincy in the 15-16 season, then of course Euro 2016, you were playing for Switzerland, your brother was playing for Albania. What was that feeling like, lining up against your brother at the Euros?
First of all, the feeling to play against your own country is unbelievable. You can't explain that in words. But then to play in a tournament like Euros against your brother is something you never forget. So my mom, for example, she had a shirt with half Switzerland, half Albania. And the first thing what our parents told to us is, forget for 90 minutes, you are brothers, do your job, you are professional, both of you, and after 90 minutes, you are again together. And I spoke with my brother as well before the game, and I said to him, listen, if I need to tackle you, can I? So of course, it's our job, we can't change that. Let's focus, let's do our job right, so nobody can say something to us. And after the game, I was the guy who was more happy because we won, but the feeling was unbelievable. You had a lot of yellow cards, you have a lot of red cards. I don't think so that have something to do with discipline. This is part of my game. I love what I do. This is a passion. When I do something, I go through 100%, and I don't think twice on the pitch.
Just before the Euros, you'd signed for Arsenal. What do you remember about that time? What attracted you to Arsenal? Did you see yourself as the right fit for this club?
Absolutely. I mean, when Arsene Wenger called me, then you say yes. I came here, I met him as well. It was a very good relationship with him, how we spoke with each other. And if one chance came like Arsenal Football Club to sign, you have to take it, because it's a massive club, massive history in the back. And yeah, we're sitting here nearly 7 years later, and I feel still the same like 2016.
Obviously, there's been a lot of talk over the years about your disciplinary records here. What would you put that down to? Is it just your passion and how much you care that ultimately comes out on the pitch?
There are numbers, and if I'm honest, I don't really believe in numbers, and I don't care in numbers. Of course, you had a lot of yellow cards, you have a lot of red cards. I don't think so that have something to do with discipline. This is part of my game. I had the same story in Germany, I have the same story here. I love what I do. This is a passion. When I do something, I go through 100%, and I don't think twice on the pitch. It's a 50-50 ball, it's or the man or the ball. Sometimes I do it well, sometimes I come too late, but I don't want to change myself for nobody. What I care is the team, the club and the coach, and I feel very, very happy at the moment. And this is the most important thing for me. Let's
fast forward to September 2019. You were handed the captaincy. Do you remember how you felt at the time? Did you feel pressure, or were you happy to get the armband?
I born with the pressure, because I know what pressure means. What we are doing is not pressure for me. The pressure is what my dad and my mom, they went through. This is the pressure, to come without nothing to Switzerland, without language, without to know nobody, to leave the family in the back. This is the pressure. What we do is the pressure in a good way. This is what I'm doing since I'm 4 years old. But of course, when you are the captain of this football club, it's different. It's different. I don't want to say pressure, but it's not only to have the armband for the pictures, it's much more than that. And this is what people forget sometimes.
A month after you were given the captaincy, the Crystal Palace game, I'm sure it's difficult to talk about that moment?
Some Arsenal fans actually cheering as they take off their captain Granit Xhaka, who looks rather unimpressed by being hauled off at this stage. Xhaka's reaction there, not good. Not good at all, as he's virtually jeered off by his own fans.
How would you describe that moment from your perspective?
I think I never spoke about it, how they took the armband from me. This was a little bit sad, a little bit disappointed, because nobody explained to me before that. They only tell to me, yeah, we have to take your armband because of what happens 2 days ago. This was a little bit disappointed, but for me it was okay. If the club or the people who was here wanted to take the armband to put someone else like a captain, I was okay with that, because for me the moment then was not the right moment to speak about that. Was a different story. But this is something what I take from the future, not only for me, but as well for the future, for the young players we have in the dressing room, and the young players that come through this academy and stuff. Because I don't wish to nobody this to happen again, because the feeling is you can't describe with the words. You have the feeling, you have people around, but in the end you are alone. You see everything black, and you try to touch someone, but you have no power for that. But in the end, it was the perfect thing what happens for me and myself and for my family, because from this day I opened the eyes. A lot of people saw me in different way, to leave, to run away, but I was not ready to do that. In the beginning, yes, but after I say myself, when I stay here, I know what happens. And if we see what's going on today with the fans, between each other, is much more love than before.
You said at the beginning you were ready to run away after that happened. What kept you here?
I had to run away. It's not I needed, but it was the time to run away. Why I stayed in this moment is Mikel. Mikel was the guy who spoke with me, who tried everything to keep me here, to explain to me why he wants me to keep me here and to give me another chance. And I will never forget this. Mikel will be part of my career, part of the history, because without him, I don't believe I will be sitting here and doing this interview with you.
How has your relationship with the Arsenal fans changed since then?
Changed in a good way, if I'm honest. I never ever was thinking it will be like this. I never felt how is it at the moment, even when I came 2016 or 17 or 18. So the most beautiful time is now, with them, but as well with the team, with the club, because they are seeing something we are doing is in a good way. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling happy. I try to give them something back, and yeah, let's hope that everything goes like this in the future as well.
You're only 29, but one of the oldest players here is such a young squad. You've been given a leadership role by Mikel as well. Do you act like a captain, would you say, here on and off the pitch on a daily basis?
You're born like a leader, and I don't believe you can train that or you can be later a leader. When I was 17 already, when I had my first training at Basel, I was very loud as well there. This is me. What I do, I told you before, I do it with a lot of passion. If I'm the leader in this team, I don't want to speak about myself. The people who are in the dressing room, who works day by day with me, they know who I am and what I do for this team. I try to help the young players. I try to help our captain now, Martin, with my experience I had. And Martin is a great captain. He's not so loud, he's a little bit more quiet, but doesn't mean that to be a captain you need to be loud. You have different type of person, different type of character, and he can be very proud to be captain of this football club, because it's very, very special to be.
Looking back on everything that's happened to you during your career, if there was one piece of advice you could give to the young Granit Xhaka, what would it be?
I had a lot of people in the TV, on the street, speaking bad about me and saying, yeah, he's not the right captain for this football club, he's not the right person for this football club. What happened, happened. I can't change it, and I will not change it. This is part of my life, this is me. And I always said myself, if I change 1, 2, 3% what I'm doing, I'm not the same player, I'm not the same person. And of course you can always do something better. I don't say I didn't make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes, myself as well, but I don't want to change them.
Do you ever think about what the future might have in store for you after you stop playing football?
I'm doing my coaching license at the moment, but I'm so far for that.
Have you warned Mikel?
No. Mikel helps me a lot in this part as well. I'm speaking with him a lot about the coaching as well, trying to get some information for him, some good things. And but I have another 2 years contract here in this football club. I feel very good, how I said before. And let's see what the future brings. But of course, I want to stay in part of this football after my career.
What kind of legacy would you want to leave here at Arsenal as well?
I don't want to put something to be a legend or something. The numbers, what I had in this football club, shows more than words. To have more than 250 games for this football club is something where I feel very proud, and this is enough for me. What I want is to feel welcome when I come back, to feel welcome when I come in this dressing room, in the stadium, and to have the respect. This is what I want, because I think what happened. This is the past. We are looking for the future, but I feel good, and I'm thinking, and I believe that in the future this will be happening as well.
We've spoken about the past, we've spoken about the future. Let's talk about now though, because what a start for Arsenal. 9 points, 9 goals, you've scored one of them. Could it have gone any better?
Last season we lost the first 3 games. This season is different, but it's only 3 games. We have to take the moment, for sure. The confidence, the fans, they're believing a lot. You can feel that in away games, you can feel that at home when we played. But it's too early to say something. We are in a very, very good way, absolutely. I saw that in the pre-season. Our pre-season was one of the best pre-seasons I had in this football club. And we are playing like this. We are a lot of players, very hungry, and they want to achieve something. Let's continue, let's keep working, and let's believe in ourselves.
On an individual level, how much are you enjoying the freedom that Mikel is giving you to get further up the pitch, because your numbers speak for themselves?
Yeah, I'm enjoying a lot. You can see that on the pitch as well. I have the freedom to do not what I want. I have to respect the rules of the teammates and Mikel as well. But I have a lot of freedom, and at the moment everything is going well. Mikel is here since 3 years. Step by step you can see what he's changing. I think we had a good season last year as well. But this season will be different, I think. The signing we did, the players came in, they fit perfect in our team. The mentality they bring, the winner mentality they are bringing for other teams as well. In the training, in the game, you can see that, you can feel that.
Where do you want to be? What would be a successful season for Arsenal?
We have the team to achieve something big. We have the Europa League, we have the 2 cups. This football club needs titles. And this is what we have to put in our minds, in our heads. This have to be the key and the objectives.
Finally, do you have a message for the fans?
For the fans, like always, thanks for the support. It's amazing how they support us, not only today, but even in the bad times. And we're trying to give you something back. Week by week, day by day, and let's keep together, let's believe in each other, and then we can achieve something big.
Granit, it's been fascinating listening to your story. Good luck with the rest of the season.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.